I drink beer because I should. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
Did you hear that?
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is your host, JT. Happy New Year. We are live on New Year's Eve. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, for those who are keeping score at home. And we are sort of kind of in studio. But yeah, let's get this going. I have with me, as always, I have Ron on delay in California.
Hello, good morning. Yeah.
There he is. And then we have our newest cast member. We have Ryan.
What's going on, guys?
There it is. So how are we doing? I'm a little discombobulated. I'm a little slow. I'm all kinds of broken today. So we'll make the best of it. Ron's on severe tape delay out there. He's in California seeing family for the holidays. He's got to get through customs in California, and then we have to. I don't know what we got to do. This is going to be interesting. We're gonna have fun with this, aren't we?
There's less satellites on the coast, I think, or something. Hello.
That's got to be what it is. Oh, Lord. If you are listening live, make sure you do follow us on all the social media, on all the tags down there. If you look at the bottom there, scrolling across Twitter. I can't bring myself to typing the word X or calling it X yet. Then we got Instagram. You are probably following us on Facebook by now in the group. That might be where you got the link. Or on YouTube. Make sure if you do go to YouTube, you do subscribe. That is what helps us out. If you are watching us on Facebook, you can comment underneath the video, and we will get that here in the studio. So we'll be able to interact with you guys back and forth through both actually on YouTube. There is a chat room as well that you can comment in, but a couple different ways we can talk to you live during the show. Another one is you can see our email address there across the bottom, dirtyriverchronicles@gmail.com. You can shoot us an email too, and we'll get that. So make sure you do follow us on all the socials. That is what helps us out, especially YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that. I cannot say that enough. That is what is going to help us the most in the long run. And yeah, that's all I got for socials. Ron, how is California treating you out there?
It's 60 and looks pretty sunny. It's gorgeous. We're right on the water. If you get an opportunity, come on over. It's awesome.
You are severe tape delay.
Yes.
I know you were worried about the waves crashing in the background with your severe first world problems over there, but we've yet to hear every seventh wave as you said it would be. So doing all
Well,
right.
I hope you guys can at least hear me. Yeah.
Doing all right. Let me get to my timeline here. Yeah, no, we can hear you. It's just it's like I said, it's got to get through customs and translations and all kinds of other things before it gets to you and then back to us. And the internet Gestapo is making you slow today. So
Fantastic.
What part of California you in, Ron?
Monterey Bay.
Monterey. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've never been there.
Wow,
I've
this
never
is
been
going to
there
be
either.
rough today.
Been to northern. Yeah, we'll get there. No, I've been to northern and southern California, but I don't think I've ever been to Monterey. So as I alluded to, our newest cast member, Ryan, this is his first show with it. It's your first podcast ever, isn't it?
It is my first podcast.
Well-
Well, it's definitely obviously something that's growing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not? If you can jump on one, that's fun. Might as well.
Question mark at the end of fun.
Question mark, question mark.
Maybe. So we're gonna try. Ron and I have a good time. So add a third
Yeah.
person in there and have some more fun. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the audience, both of them that are watching live. tell them about yourself.
Born and raised Wichita. Grew up in Valley Center, up north. Yeehaw.
Woohoo.
Craziness with football. I played a little bit of college football.
There you go.
And then just been slumming it for Budweiser since, basically.
There you go. Recently married.
Recently married, yes.
Yeah.
2 months ago.
There you go.
It's still fresh.
Has it already been 2 months?
Almost.
God dang, that is flying. So
It's been crazy.
there you go. You recently married. Ron's got a recently turned 1-year-old. So all kinds of newness in the Dirty River Chronicles family. So, well, let's
Yeah,
go
welcome.
ahead as I choke on my own spit here because I'm having trouble being a human at the moment. Yeah. That's it. That's all you got. All right. Dynamite dropping money. Oh, as we said, this is the 31st of December. For those who don't know, this is the 7th day of the 12 days of Christmas. For those who don't know, that starts on Christmas Day, and then it goes sometime into January. I don't want to do the math at the moment. My notes didn't show up on the page.
Math's
So
hard.
it's, especially at 9:19 or for Ron 7:19 in the
Yes.
morning. On 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, was that an anagram palindrome? So are numbers, apparently. Uh-oh, Ron lost internet. So it's just you and me, buddy.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, we got this. He's coming back. There he is. This is going to be clunky. I love it. So, hey, I got an idea. Let's go ahead and just jump into the today.
Thanks, noob.
What do you think?
Okay.
And here we go.
Today, 31st of December. See, I spent 10 hours the other day putting all these video clips together, and they're like 10 seconds apiece.
They're pretty solid, though.
And I'm paying for it physically. I sat on a stool in our kitchen for 10 hours. I don't recommend doing that, especially at 45, soon to be 46. Body revolts. It doesn't reject it. It absolutely full Cuban dictatorship coup revolts. So I slept on the couch last night. That's how uncomfortable it was to lay in bed. Yeah, brutal. So let's see. Let's get into today in history. We'll get some. Ron was so kind as to throw up a PowerPoint for us because he's good at that type of thing. Let's see. All the way back on the events, we'll start on the Wayback Machine in the year 1600. The British East India Company is chartered. And even his screen share is on tape delay. There it is.
There we go.
It was approved by Queen Elizabeth I, operated from 1600 to 1874. And that was the shorter route that one of our previous dives that Columbus was searching for a shorter route or an alternate route to the East India Company. Whoa, he's flying on that.
Yeah.
So moving on, 1796, the incorporation of Baltimore as a city. So shortly after we became a country, they became a city home to Babe Ruth, Michael Phelps, and the man, the myth, the legend, David Hasselhoff.
The Hasselhoff.
You can never hassle the Hoff. Nextly, 1860. Did I say Nextly? Is that a word?
Nextly, it's fine. You make it work. You just roll it.
I'm just going to
Just
run
keep
with it.
going.
This shit's going to happen one way or the other. So 1862, American Civil War, Abraham Lincoln signs an act that admits West Virginia to the Union, thus dividing Virginia in two because Virginia was part of the Confederacy and West Virginia, apparently there was enough people on that side that wanted to be part of the Union, and they still have not went back together. So
It's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
I
I
get
mean, I think we're heading that way soon.
Yeah, right.
We're not going to go there. This is a non.
It's fine. We're good. We're clean.
It's fine. We're all fine.
We're fine. Don't panic.
Panic's for the losers.
Moving on.
1878. We'll fast forward a little bit. Carl Benz. Moving on. Carl Benz working in Mannheim, Germany. Where they make the steamrollers?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
100% makes sense.
Well, at least 50. Files for a patent on his first reliable two-stroke gas engine, and he was granted the patent in 1879. So it took him, well, I mean, if he files it on the 31st, 1879 would have got accepted. So.
Yeah.
See, that's how calendars work, kids. That's how they work. Using the first automobile Benz. Whoa, he's flying. I was reading that. It's be a lot better when we're all the same room.
Sorry. I'm
Yes.
so
Or I
discombobulated here.
I don't know. We'll get there. So engine is popular. It's being used now. Moving on. 1879, 1 year later, Thomas Edison demonstrates incandescent lighting to the public for the first time in Menlo Park, New Jersey. Of all places, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Whoa. Nobody else can hear that. So yeah, I can't read that. It's too small. Let's go full screen.
There it is.
The world's longest lasting light bulb in. He flew past it. There we go. I was reading. We're good. Moving on.
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're good.
We're fine. It's
No,
just-
but did you ever hear that story about like the light bulbs and like how like the first light bulbs could last for like double what the current light bulbs do?
Oh yeah,
And just the whole like
it's capitalism
yeah.
at its finest.
And so companies came to other companies are like, hey, let's make crappy light bulbs. They have to buy more and more.
Right. You have to go back and buy them sooner.
Yeah.
And- yeah.
It's fine.
Capitalism at its finest.
No, it's
we're
true.
We're all fine.
It's true.
We're all fine. Fast forward to 1907, the first ever ball drop in Times Square. I didn't realize it was that far back.
No.
1907.
Ooh.
We got it up there. No, we're still on Thomas Edison. Now we're there. Okay, there we go. Nice little picture. No, I don't want just me. I want all of us. There we go. Right, a little sparkler action. I took a cruise out of New York many, many moons ago, and the hotel room that we stayed in, we could look out our window. We could see the ball. We were in October, so it wasn't like it was getting ready to drop or anything. But you could see the ball just chilling, just hanging out there. It was nice.
Really?
Just go, we looked out,
That's kind of cool.
oh my God, that's the ball. Because we knew we were in Times Square. I mean, we were looking at the right, we were looking at the big jumbotrons and all that. And then when I looked at the left, I was like, oh, it's the ball.
The ball.
I thought they took it down. The ball stays. Oh, weathered ball. Anyway, moving ahead quite a bit, 1903. Benjamin Ward is appointed by New York City Police Department's first ever African-American police commissioner.
Wow.
1983 took them before they got the
I know. Isn't that crazy?
African-American police. It just seems like, well, I mean, you think about it, it seems like it's so long ago, but it's not.
It really isn't.
Yeah, it's 40 years ago.
No. It's
Slavery was abolished a couple hundred years before that, or 100 years.
yeah.
100 years.
No.
Whatever. Math is hard.
Math is so hard.
Let's see to our happy birthday segment. Ron's just dying over there. 1937, Anthony Hopkins, Welsh actor, director, composer. If you don't know who he is, go watch Silence of the Lambs or A River Runs Through It. I can't think of anything else on top of my head. There's so many, though.
He does. He has a lot of big ones.
Yes. I should pull up the screen and see. Oh, we're already on to John Denver. 1943.
Sorry.
John
I am
freaking Denver.
trying to keep up with you guys.
John
Denver.
freaking Denver. You're good. You're good. American
No, it's
songwriter,
so far
guitarist,
off.
actor. What's that?
Delay is so far off. This
No,
is,
it's fine.
I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, John Denver passed away in a plane crash
Plane crash,
in
man.
Colorado, I think. I could be wrong. West Virginia, I don't know.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain
If he died in Denver, it would be a little too spot on.
a little too fortuitous. Let's see. Moving ahead, 1943, English actor Ben Kingsley. Might not know his name, but you definitely know his face. Schindler's List, Iron Man 3, and Gandhi. He played Gandhi.
Man, But he is that guy. You're like, I don't know his name,
But I know him.
but I know him. I've seen him in something.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Prime example of that.
So, next up, 1951, American bass player and songwriter. You don't know his name, but you know the band. Tom Hamilton was the bass player, or is the bass player for Aerosmith.
A little before my time. A little bit.
Not an Aerosmith fan?
I don't mind them.
Fair.
If I'm going to pick a group, from that time period, I don't know if it's going to be Aerosmith.
Fair enough.
They're real hit or miss for me.
Same. Like Pump was a great album, but
Yeah.
from there it's hit and miss. Moving ahead, 1959, Val Kilmer was born. I know him from little films like Top Gun, Tombstone. Say when. Batman Forever.
Yeah.
He'll be your Huckleberry if you ask him to.
That's got to be his. Would you say this or Tombstone? Most
Most iconic role?
film or role, yeah.
I would say more people know him as Doc Holliday.
That's fair.
Personally, I mean, everybody knows Top Gun.
I would argue,
but they know him as Doc Holliday.
Fair.
Would you?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Top Gun's got that.
I was waiting for that
big
argument.
I was
blockbuster.
really thinking about it. But I mean, like the first thing I ever saw him in was Real Genius. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie.
Oh yeah.
In that, and then he was in. It wasn't Hot Shots. It was
Heat.
He was in Heat. He was in one of the fake, the parody movies in the late 80s, like Hot Shots and Naked Gun and all those type of. Can't remember which one it was. Anyway, yeah, Dynamite drop in. Let's move into the In Memoriam segment. 1909, Spencer Trask, American financier and philanthropist, passed away on this date in 1909. If you look at the slide, that's him.
Good picture.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's a healthy beard. Healthy beard.
Well, I mean, Ron can attest to
That's
healthy
fair.
beard. I'm looking up Spencer Trask to figure out why I put him on there. Let's see. Oh, he was the money behind Edison's light bulb.
Really?
So on this day in 1907 was it?
1907.
What day was it? I don't know. It was 1879. Yeah, there you go. Edison showed the light bulb, and then in 1909, on the exact same day, Spencer Trask, who was the financier behind a lot of Edison's projects, passed away. So he's infamous, not famous.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
dang.
Let's get past one this day, 1972. The man, the myth, the legend, Puerto Rican American baseball player and Marine, Roberto Clemente. Another one who passed away in a plane crash. He was delivering aid to Venezuela, I think. There was a earthquake that happened, and he was taking relief aid down there because he was quite the humanitarian, which is why they have the Roberto Clemente Award now in the MLB for humanitarian or
Nice.
public
Just,
service.
I thought
stuff
you'd
like
appreciate the picture I used for the slide.
Yeah, that's the exact same picture that's on my on one of my screens here in my computer. It's the empty version of your picture.
Nice.
That's for two. I like it. So moving on to the next one. We're getting through these like a square wheel. 2015, you might not know the name Wayne Rogers, but he's an American actor and investor, but he played Trapper on MASH. If you ever watch MASH, so everybody knows Hawkeye, Alan Alda. He was the other doctor that was always making jokes and ribbing with him. And
That makes sense.
yeah. Fast forward exactly 1 year, and William Christopher, another American actor, played Father Mulcahy on MASH. He passed away.
Oh.
So Mulcahy was born, Mulcahy. William Christopher was born 1 year before Wayne Rogers and passed away 1 year after. So.
Yeah, Matt. Like I said, MASH. That was before my time. I didn't watch MASH.
No, I love MASH. I watched all the reruns. It may not have been right at the time, but I loved it. It was a jam for
my parents watched
it. Yeah.
Yeah, my parents watched it when I was a kid, so I remember watching it, and then I went back when I became a teenager, young adult. When I watched it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is why they liked it. Okay. Yeah. So, lastly, 2 years ago, 2021, the woman we thought would never die, because the memes was always, what kind of a world are we going to leave for Keith Richards and Betty White. American actress, comedian, producer, and one of the funniest women I think I've ever seen, Betty White.
Yes.
Passed away. And if you look back at her, like pictures of her in the 50s,
Smoke show.
Absolutely, yeah.
Smoke show.
She was hot. And I dare say she was the funniest one on the Golden Girls.
Oh, yeah.
She played Rose. She was dumb.
Sure.
And it worked. You know what the crazy part is? All those women, they're playing characters that were in like their 50s. I'll be 46 in February. I don't. None of the women that I know look like.
Oh,
No, not at all.
That are in their 50s.
No,
it's crazy.
Not
Times
at all.
change.
Oh, so quickly.
So quickly. Let's see. Lastly, our event, the meat and potatoes of our show today. In 1759, Arthur Guinness signs a 9,000-year lease at 45 pounds per year and starts brewing Guinness beer in Ireland. This guy. It's what they used to call generational leases, so that it stayed in the family.
I didn't even know about those.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was a 16, 17, 1800 thing. But, and we'll get into more detail on all of this. They outgrew that initial plot, so avoided the lease. So the lease is no longer in effect. But that was long after Arthur Guinness had passed away and all that. But again, we'll get into that. That is the meat and potatoes of our show. And if I can get over to it. Here we go. So as we just mentioned, we're talking about Guinness today, the history of Guinness. That one took the longest to make. Luckily, moving into the future shows, they just got to change the picture. That didn't take that much time at all. So to celebrate, we have, you can't really see it, put it right in front of me. There we go. We have some Guinness to drink. Even Ron's got one. Gentlemen, salute. I love that sound. They say Guinness is best drank at room temperature.
Oh, yes.
I've never had a room temperature Guinness before. Oh,
that's how they drink it in the old country.
It is back home.
Back
I am Irish.
in the roots.
Oh, my Irish Haven bar shirt today. Festive. So, jumping into the timeline, we'll start out with a little history of beer. Yeah, Ryan, that would be your domain. You'll go ahead and take it from there.
As far as where was I? Okay. We're talking about the history we looked at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like he was saying, Arthur Guinness back in 1759?
59.
Was bringing about, gosh dang, computer, getting crazy. Started in Ireland with his beers, and he originally got the ideas from his father, because his father was in the Abbey and was a religious man, and they were just coming off of the gin craze that was happening in England.
Oh, yes, the gin craze.
So Yes, they. It's a good beer to me. What do you guys think as far as tasting it just now?
It's a classic to me. I just, it's one of those where it's like, oh yeah, that's a Guinness.
Yes, it's. It's just not my style for some
Which
reason.
is fair. It's not for everybody. That's
I
why
mean,
they make different
unless
styles.
you're making Irish car bomb, then that's a different story.
True.
Not sure if that's what Arthur wanted when he got this going, but still,
I bet you'd be happy.
I feel like he'd be happy. I mean, Irish car bombs are one of the more popular shots they take out nowadays, as the young people say.
Oh, looks like we're on to a two-man show. Ron's internet's not going to help.
It's not gonna like us.
Not gonna like him. So we will continue this as a two-man show. We will do the best we can.
We'll just keep running with it.
We will. By God, I'll see what I can do about picking up the pieces and going from there. So, all right. So when we talk about history of beer, the Mesopotamians made beer, ancient Egyptians made beer. Every civilization that's been on Earth has
had beer.
Has made one form or another. They've made beer.
Yes.
Whether you call it gruel,
just gur,
a pint of stout, some Irish champagne. That's what they call Guinness. It's the Irish champagne. It's a black.
I didn't know. I've never heard it called that.
The black gold.
The black gold. It's actually a red. Did you know that?
It is.
It's a ruby red.
If you look up close.
Look up real close. I always thought it looked like a milkshake or a
it's brown
coffee
or
drink.
chocolatey,
And it's not.
It's red.
It's red.
Right. But the common nicknames are the black stuff, Irish champagne, ebony nectar, black custard, or a pint of plain.
Pint of plain.
Pint of plain.
Well,
So I'd rather call it a pint of plain than gruel.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair, but I mean, gruel's pretty cool. Like, I get some gruel. Yep. All right, cool, man. Get your gruel.
Get me a mug of gruel.
Get your gruel on.
Mug of mead. Mead's another style of beer I don't ever want to drink.
We had some in stores at one point, like 2 or 3 years ago.
A traditional mead?
Yeah.
Oh, how bad?
I didn't love it.
I don't know one person who does. You're drinking that out of trial and error.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Major error.
Major error.
Yeah,
leaning heavily on that side.
Yep. But so in Egypt, there was beer was actually a staple of the diet, played a crucial role in daily life, consumed by people from all social classes, from pharaohs down to laborers. So everybody drank beer. Yeah, beer is good.
That's how they got through the day.
Right.
That's
how they built the pyramids, on beer.
They all had a nice buzz, and they just
right. Beer in Egypt was often a nutritious beverage as well, providing essential calories and nutrients, which I've read that about a lot of different civilizations, that is another way that they got their nutrients. It wasn't the heavy alcohol like we have now.
Yes.
It was more of kids were drinking it because it was nutrient enriched. I wouldn't say it was nutritious.
It was just probably better than some of the water conditions.
Yeah, especially in Mexico. It's considered a basic food item alongside with bread. It was used in religious ceremonies. I mean, between wine and beer, those two things have been used in about every facet of the history of the world.
It's true. We all have to take a cheers for good moments.
Right. We love a good buzz. That's how it is. We all love a good buzz. Beer making process in ancient Egypt involved fermenting a mixture of water, barley, and emmer wheat.
Emmer wheat.
Emmer. I don't think I can. I don't think I've ever heard of emmer wheat.
No.
That's the girlfriend on that one. She thought it was emmer wheat. Right. Excuse me. Guinness is coming back to talk. Archaeological evidence suggests that the use of specialized brewing facilities. So they actually had full breweries in Egypt.
Which is nuts to think about.
They were far more advanced than we really gave them credit for.
Oh, I go on a whole spiral of this. I watched a Joe Rogan episode the other day on it.
Yeah.
Deep spiral. Deep spiral.
How high was he?
Oh.
Snoop and Willie in a hot air balloon without any weight? I don't know if I ever want to. No.
If what?
I don't ever want to get that high.
No.
I've never been high, so I don't really know. But I'm not trying to incriminate anybody. I'm speaking solely for myself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to.
Nope.
Especially that high.
Yeah.
Willie and Snoop in a hot air balloon.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no.
Take it to the stars.
All right. Beer had practical applications as well, particularly for laborers working on a large construction project like the pyramids. Workers received daily beer rations
Ooh.
as part of their wages. So they were literally paid in beer.
Doesn't suck.
I don't know how they built the pyramid if they were paid in beer, though. I know a lot of people that drink a lot of beer. They don't do a lot of stuff.
Just give them one, just to give them the buzz, and then get two after.
You get the rest afterwards.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we should try. No.
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 In Mesopotamia, beer brewing was also well-established practice. Babylonians had advanced understanding of fermentation and brewing techniques. So the Babylonians really pushed this into modern beer drinking. It's modern because they would brew different styles of beer, not just gruel.
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 God, that's another civilization so far back that you're like,
Yeah.
they were so far ahead of their time.
Yeah, and then the Mayans.
Yeah.
They had mead beer,
See,
which they would chew corn and then spit it into a jar, and then the enzymes for their saliva would ferment
Mhm.
the corn.
wow.
Yeah, you're drinking somebody else's saliva.
Oh,
Yeah.
that just changed everything.
That took a wicked left.
Oh.
Babylonians had taverns and beer houses. They were common, serving social hubs where people gathered to enjoy beer, converse, engage in various activities because they had no cell phones, had no internet, had to get the gossip.
Yeah.
Why not do it over a pint or a mug of beer?
Heck yeah, man. That's the way we all gossip today.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, they're having
They just keep going. You find the cool stuff out from the guy at the bar just having a beer.
Right. Well, and see, the internet ruined beer arguments or bar arguments.
Yeah.
Because now people can just look it up on the Google machine, and you can't sit there and argue.
No, you can't. But crazy enough, you know that Guinness World Records was started because of this.
Was it?
It was.
Nice.
So there was.
So did Sir Arthur Guinness started way back when? Or?
It started way back when.
No.
No. There was a bar fight and just bar arguments of basically I can jump higher than you or whatever, just random things. And they just kept fighting and like, oh, what can we do? So they started writing down, like scores up on the board or whatever. And then it just slowly turned into a big thing to where you now have Guinness World Records because of Guinness beer. So they are connected in that way.
And I'm trying to think, who was the man that started? Sir Hugh Beaver, that's his name.
That's right.
The book was co-founded by twin brothers Norris and Ross McWhither in Fleet Street, London in August of 1955. So
Yes.
Sir Hugh, or Sir Beaver, however you
Sir
want.
Beaver.
I like
The Beeves.
Sir Beeves, decided that he was going to put it all down there to keep track of records.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, because of all the bar fights, because I can, my beard's longer than yours. My fingernails are longer than yours.
Yes.
My feet are bigger than yours.
Everything.
Smaller than yours.
Whatever.
Yeah. So they decided to keep track of it. And and that's one of the things from like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. I remember checking that at the library.
Oh, yeah. That was like the book or at the book fairs. I got to get the new version of
Right. Every year there's a new version.
Yeah.
And that was, taking it home and grossing yourself out on something like the fingernails.
Right. Oh, and then wraps.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Spirally nails. And then, I was just talking with my son the other day. He's like, who's the tallest man ever? I said, it's Robert Wadlow. 8'11" and a half.
Jeez.
Back in the 30s. Had a pituitary gland issues. I mean, shocker.
Yeah,
I know.
Good
But-
night.
But yeah, 8'11" and a half, I believe is what it is, or 8'11" and 3/4.
Dang.
Something like that. He's there's in his hometown. There's a life-size statue of him you could walk up to. I doubt we even come up to him. I probably his waist, but
Yeah.
doubtful we hit his chest.
No, we're definitely not.
Yeah. I mean, nice guy from all accounts, extremely smart, just freaking tall. So that's usually the biggest one. World's tallest man.
World's tallest man, but there's always those ones you look at and you're like, who would have thought to record this?
Well,
I mean, as far as like,
the Beavs.
well, some like some of the ones you
Not
see
Jerry
now,
Mathers, not Jerry Mathers.
saying some of the ones you see now, it's like, you know, most rubber bands around their wrists.
Oh, yeah.
Just random stuff. Like
It's
who thought
anything
about
to get-
recording stuff like that?
Anything to get in there.
Anything.
So my son watches Dude Perfect,
Oh yeah.
and he also watches How Ridiculous. And they're similar shows.
Yeah.
They both have had multiple episodes where they are trying to set as many world records as they can in one show.
I've seen that for Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
And it's pretty solid.
So where they set the world record for the most world records set in one sitting.
They did end up doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was funny because they were doing some of the ones, like I was saying, it's like, how was this ever a record? Or
Right.
why did someone think this was supposed to be recorded?
Right.
Like how many times you can jump rope while balancing something on your nose?
Right. And that's a legitimate word. You get a plaque,
I know.
certificates, notarized, everything. It's just insane. 15 minutes of fame, man. 15 minutes of fame. Getting it back into the history of beer here. Monasteries and brewing in medieval Europe. Monasteries. Correct.
The
That's
abbeys.
some Jesus beer.
Some very
Some Jesus beer.
some Jesus.
Yeah.
Some Jesus beer.
Yeah, I mean, it was a holy. Was it blessed? I would hope
I
so.
don't know.
If you're drinking Jesus beer, it better be. Otherwise, it's Jesus beer. It's a knockoff.
Oh, God.
It's a knockoff beer. During medieval times in Europe, monasteries played a crucial role in the development and preservation of brewing traditions.
Brewery.
See, this is how my day's going. Just stumble.
Stumble.
Yeah, toiling.
Trouble?
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Just keep going with it. It's fine. It's
we'll
cool.
keep going. When they were like in the my mind went absolutely blank during like the Black Plague, the Dark Ages and all that.
Mm-hmm.
When they would have food rations for the peasants, the kingdoms would ration out their food. That way they would try to keep as many of their peasants alive as they can, or their flock.
The fuck.
They would actually dip into the reserves of the grain
Mhm.
so they could still make beer.
Yeah.
It was that important that they had to make the beer. So people would go with less grain to make breads and things like that to eat so that
So
they
they
could
could have
still
the beer.
make the beer. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
It's, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I'm not saying I wouldn't be okay with it. I'm just saying I never. No, we got to eat.
We
We need our gruel.
never
We need my Guinness.
my goodness.
That's all I got.
Because the Black Plague, they mostly got through it because of beer, right? Because the water was so gross and
Yeah, that's a big reason they got through it is because the nutrients that was in the beer and everything. So they would drink that, and not that they didn't have their issues from not drinking water
Yeah.
and all that, but and like the bubonic plague and all that too. So I was listening to my favorite, like I mentioned earlier, Hello Fellow Meat Sex. I was listening to my favorite podcast, Time Suck, and he did an episode on the Dark Ages. And one of the popes, I can't remember which pope it is, said that, and I shit you not, he said that witches were using cats to help in their rituals. So he outlawed cats because he said that they would take the cats and I shit you not, part of their ceremony, they would kiss the buttholes. So
pucker up.
Right, pucker up, buttercup.
Oh.
So all of the congregation, around Europe,
Yeah.
started killing cats because they were outlawed.
Yeah.
So what happens when you kill cats? The mice and rat population booms. They carry disease, spread the bubonic plague. Dun dun dun. It's called cause and effect. See, you are learning way more than just about beer on this show. As clunky as it is, we're having fun.
We're having a good time.
Drinking our
We're having a
Guinness.
good time.
Even without Ron, he'll be back next week.
We'll be good. We'll be
yeah.
clean.
Well,
We'll be all right.
less waves.
That's like, yeah.
So, the purity law. Reinheitsgebot.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Reinheitsgebot. German for beer purity law.
Nice.
Actually, it's Bavarian,
Bavarian.
which is German.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, excuse me. My Guinness is still coming back.
Yeah.
The beer purity law originated in the Duchy of Bavaria in 1516. It was introduced by Duke Wilhelm IV. I got that one.
There you go.
Yep.
On a
Of
roll.
Bavaria and his brother Duke Ludwig, or is it Ludwig? It's German, so it must
Yeah, I
be,
would go with
must be Ludwig.
Ludwig.
Ludwig
Ooh,
the 10th.
Ludwig.
Ludwig the 10th. Initially, the law applied only to the Duchy of Bavaria. Main provision of the purity law, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, was a restriction on the ingredients used in beer production. According to the law, beer could only be brewed using water, barley, and hops. Yeast, a crucial ingredient for fermentation, was added later when its role was understood.
Makes sense.
So I would say, safe to say, 75% of the local breweries that are in the United States now would not be here if those laws are still in effect.
Sure.
Because of all the
Yeah.
stuff people try. I mean, the peppermint
Oh, yeah.
mocha stout or whatever they're doing this time of year.
Some of them are just completely crazy.
Yeah.
And they just take it down a notch.
So I'm gonna throw out a shameless plug here. Tori's, him and his wife own the Hopping Gnome.
Yes.
My boy Tori does a great job of not getting too crazy with it.
No.
He keeps in his lane.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He's got a couple that are pretty, I would say, out there for him.
Yeah.
But they're like a normal beer for anywhere else. But what he does is he perfects them.
He does.
Or damn close.
Yes.
Damn close.
Well, that's just that HBIC line they have. That
Yeah.
sours is great.
The head bitch in charge.
Head bitch in charge, not messing around.
Right. I mean, their ESB is really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have their holiday ones. They have their pumpkin. They have their Matt's Melon Mayhem that comes out, I believe, in the spring.
Yeah.
They got Rojo's Cream Ale. I know both Matt and Rhett who came up with those two recipes. So, yeah, I'm just name dropping left and right.
Oh, just keep doing it. Just drop them names.
Guinness.
Guinness.
So,
it's what it does to you.
it makes you name drop. It's crazy. Protection of wheat and rye, the purity law, was partially motivated by economic concerns. Brewers were using wheat and rye in beer productions, which were also essential grains for bakers. The law aimed to ensure the availability of those grains for baking.
Again, you'd rather have food over beer.
Right? Well, potato, tomato,
Shamato,
tomato, race car, whatever.
race car, blue sky.
So, what this is really getting into is that this is really the start of government, even if it was the clergy at the time,
Yes.
regulating the ways in which beer was made. It was made sure that it was consistent, made sure that it was healthy, it wasn't going to kill anybody. They weren't going to put in asbestos or whatever in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just something to give it some flavor back
This is
then.
my asbestos sour.
This is my asbestos sour. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that's put in these days, it's crazy.
Well, I watched a miniseries years ago, probably 12 years ago, on the guy that originally started Dogfish Head. And it was 4 episodes, and each episode he went to a different, which is how I learned about the Aztecs and the Mayans, how they would chew the corn.
Oh, nice.
This documentary is how I learned about that. But he went to Hawaii and got the wood shavings from surfboard makers.
Wow.
And used that for the wood for one of his IPAs.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was a certain tree that only grows in Hawaii, and so it had a specific flavor to it. They don't make it anymore, obviously, but
Yeah.
it was a one-time limited edition release, and so he learned to make surfboards, and then took all the shavings and took it back and brewed with it. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. I tried to get Tori on the show today, but they're out of town, for the holidays with family and stuff. So, yeah. How awesome would that have been to get Tori on here?
Oh. They brew some really good beer. I'll give them that.
They do. I don't know who put it in there, but somebody put Bang Bang Niner Gang.
Oh, I wonder who put that there.
One of my fellow Niner fans.
Oh my gosh.
Go Niners. Beat the Commanders. Screw the Ravens. Anyway, moving on.
Wow.
Back to my notes. I'm a little bitter.
Still.
Purdy played horribly.
You gotta get over it, man.
Purdy played. I'll get over it today. They played noon.
Who they got today?
Commanders. They sat Sam Howell. So I have no idea. Next dude up.
Next dude up.
Next dude up. Let's see. Moving on. Role of railways. So spread of beer really boomed when the rail system got put in because they could transport more beer.
Obviously.
It wasn't just, covered wagons and steamships wherever there was water. Now they could transport it over land. They could get beer from the East Coast to the West Coast. They can get it from, Czechoslovakia to France.
Sure.
It was
yeah, those I imagine half your bottles are probably broken taking those wagons sometimes.
Well, they didn't have the best suspension, you're right.
So it's fine.
And it's not like they had aluminum cans.
No.
It was actual bottles.
That was straight glass bottles.
Big casks.
It would be more
wood barrels, but
yeah, it's true.
But still.
Because they were bottling when the early 1800s.
Yeah. Which is ironically right before they invented the train.
True.
Cause and effect.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'll run it down.
I don't want to speculate. But let's see. Guinness Brewery. As we said, Sir Arthur Guinness in 1759 signed a 9,000-year lease for the St. James Gate Brewery in Dublin, which is still there. It's still there. It's just a lot bigger than what it was. See if I can pull it up.
You said the St. James?
St. James Brewery. This is not going as I wanted it to.
It's fine. We're fine. We're
So
fine.
we're fine.
We're fine. You can't panic. Yeah. So. Ooh, excuse me.
Excuse you.
Gazoon tights.
Sharing the screen.
No, okay. So one of the things that I found crazy when doing a little bit of research on Guinness, when you're drinking a Guinness can and there's like something in it.
There you go. If you're watching live, there's the St. James Brewery. You talk about the widget?
Yeah.
The widget.
Dude, I didn't know anything about the widget. I thought it was literally just junk floating in there prior until I figured it out. But
it was Boddington's was the first one that I had with a widget.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Boddington's.
Because it's got releases some beer and some foam, and it gives you that frothy.
It agitates it.
It agitates the hell out of it.
When it hits your stomach, the reason they do it is so that it doesn't fill you up as much, so you can drink more beer.
Oh man!
Because if you pour beer slowly into a glass with no head, and then you take a piece of paper or a straw or whatever spoon, and you agitate it, what happens? All the bubbles come up.
True.
That's what happens if it hits your stomach if it's not pre-agitated. Hits your stomach, blows up, can't drink as much. So the geniuses, Guinness, Boddington, Smithwick's.
It's Smithwick's or Smithwick's?
It's Smithwick's.
Just like
it's Greenwich, not Greenwich.
Yep.
Smithwick's. Yep. So the geniuses and their mad scientists over there came up with the widget. It's either a disc or a ball, and then it's got fins on it. But when the brewing process, it sits at the bottom. Then when you open it, the change in the pressure, it spins to the top and agitates the beer. But it agitates it in a way to where it doesn't overflow from the can.
Makes sense.
The mad scientists. I'm telling you, they know what they're doing.
Oh, man.
So throwing up more pictures of the St. James Brewery there in Dublin.
Dublin.
In Dublin. I'm sure we're doing the absolute worst Irish accent ever. Excuse me.
Hey, they've got a horse too.
So there you go. There's some.
That's a pretty sweet looking gate, though.
Right. Same color as the. It's actually painted in the color that the Guinness is, that red, that dark ruby red.
No way.
Yeah. So. And as you can see, there's a harp there. And if you have a true traditional Guinness mug,
Yeah.
the proper way to pour it. Have you heard this?
I don't think so.
The harp is strategically placed. So it's a nitro pour. So you open it up, you let it pour heavy
Okay.
to the bottom of the harp. Stop it. Let it settle, and then you top it off. It's the perfect
Guinness.
amount of head. Perfectly poured, perfectly agitated. Poured. I said poured. Poured. It's early. I'm drinking Guinness.
It's fine.
It's 10:03. I'm drinking Guinness.
We're good. We're good.
We're always good.
You know? So
yeah. Learning
learning things.
I'm teaching the
Oh,
beer man
I'm
some
gonna
things.
learn him today.
I'm gonna learn him a lot today. Teaching the beer man a lot of stuff
I'm
today.
telling you.
So
The more you know.
yep. And knowing is half the battle. Or whatever.
It's half the battle.
Back in the day. Back in the day.
Back in the
Do I
day.
have any more notes on? I mean, I have 10 more pages of notes. I don't know if I want to get into them, though. Origins of the porter.
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 The porter.
Porters believed to have originated in London in the early 18th century, gained popularity among the working class in the city, and became known as the working man's beer. I'm not a porter fan.
I'm not either. I'm not a porter stout fan. Like, there's people that love it.
Was it a porter or a stout? Two different
There
things.
are differences, but
There
for
are.
me, I don't like the dark beers.
Fair.
But they just don't sit well with me. Like, Guinness is about as dark as I go, and it's
Sure.
technically a dark ruby.
Sure. I do like me a good stout, good oatmeal stout, vanilla bean, some good stuff. A little side note for you.
Side note, please.
Take some vanilla bean oatmeal stout,
Okay.
mix it with some frozen custard, make
Okay.
yourself a milkshake, get hammered on milkshakes.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Break
Good
and
stuff.
break
Just
and gone.
Don't let the kid have it. That's
Don't
all.
let the kid
Yeah.
have it.
Make
That's
him
what-
his own milkshake. Use actual milk. But the vanilla bean oatmeal stout,
Oh, that'd be so good.
it is. Trust me on that one.
Oh, the vanilla bean.
Try to thank me later, listeners. Both of you. Thank me later.
Thank me later.
So, porter was created by blending various ales, including brown ale, pale ale, and stale or well-aged ale.
Mm.
The result was a dark, flavorful beer that quickly gained popularity. I'm going to guess, just by reading this and my deductive reasoning, which is
Sherlock Holmes over here.
firing on some cylinders at the moment, not all. Some. I'm going to guess they had some old beer laying around.
Yeah.
And some new beer.
100%. Yep. How can we get rid of this altogether?
Right. This is not happening. This is getting bad. This is good. Let's mix them together. This is not happening.
Yeah, but they mix together and they get that dark stuff, and it's just like, oh,
It's good.
what is this?
Right. Why is it all frothy?
Why is it? Yeah, what is going on here?
It's just penicillin.
There's so many haunting aromas going on right now.
Let's see. The beer got its name Porter because it became a favorite among porters and other laborers at the bustling markets and docks of London. Nice.
I just still don't know. Like, long hard day on the docks, you're gonna go home and drink a porter.
But I mean,
I guess if that's your vibe,
right,
that's cool. But
if that's your jam,
just,
yeah, I'm with you.
just curls my stomach.
Just a little bit. Over time, different styles of porters emerged based on variations in strength, flavor, production methods. These included categories like plain, brown, and stout.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your porter stout.
There's the porter stout, which no bueno.
Good segue. They took it and ran with it. So
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
term stout initially referred to a stronger or more robust version of a porter. It was often used to describe strong porters that were popular among the export market.
Ooh.
In Ireland, the term stout took on a distinct meaning Irish brewers, including those at the Guinness Brewery, began producing a dark, rich beer with the name Stout that eventually evolved into the iconic Irish Stout.
Ooh.
See? Took a life
So
of its own.
stout, Irish. I've never heard of an Irish stout.
You're drinking one.
I guess it is. Oh,
You're
Irish
drinking
stout.
one, buddy.
That's fair.
Well,
That's
that's
fair.
a segue.
Well, I was thinking, I didn't know if it was going to, like, that was the segue to the Irish Reds.
Irish Reds is what they were using to help make,
That's fair.
because it's a red ale.
Yeah,
that's how they were.
true.
That's how they were making porters.
True.
So, and then, but I love a good red ale.
Yeah.
First time I went to Fenway or to Boston,
Mhm.
the first beer that I had in the bar below the Green Monster, because there is one.
Mm.
It was a Green Monster.
Green Monster.
Monstah. It's the Green Monster. It's
there's
having
no
a Green
Rs.
Monster in the bar underneath the Green Monster. I went up to a guy and said, "Hey, can I park my car in Harvard Yard?" Can you, Joe, bro, you fucking book. Everybody knows you can't park your car in Harvard Yard. This guy comes up here, he's gonna hand me his khakis.
Yeah,
He's thinking you can park. You get a lot of this guy.
this guy.
Anyway, I did have
A red beer.
Boston Brewing Company. They make one called a Brick Red, Boston Brick Red.
Ooh.
At the time, up to COVID, pre-COVID, you could only get it at certain bars in the Boston city limits. And so if you don't know the history of Sam Adams Brewery, Jim Cook is the guy's name.
Nice.
He started the Boston Brewing Company because a bunch of his friends loaned him money. So once he got self-sufficient, paid back all of his debts, he vowed that he will help out the little man.
Nice.
So he started a charity. So all the profits, 100% of the profits from the sales of this beer, the Boston Brick Red, go towards that charity.
Nice.
You could only get it in certain bars in Boston at the time. It was only on tap. Couldn't buy 6-packs, couldn't buy bottles. That way people can't ship it out. But then COVID hits. They started bottling it. I don't know if they still bottle it or not, but my guess would be they don't, because it really was one of his, Jim Cook.
Nice.
How do you pronounce his last name? It's KFCH. I don't know.
It's fine.
It was important to him to do it that way.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And it's hands down the best Irish Red I've ever had. Ever.
Nice.
And it wasn't because I was under the Green Monster.
I feel like that played a little bit of a part.
I had it at another bar. It was so good,
So many
right?
bars.
So many bars in Boston because they're Irish and they like to drink, right? So
Of course.
I've been working on that accent for like
Yeah,
15
that
years.
was not bad.
I'm getting
I'm getting better.
decent. We'll go decent. I'm getting decent at my Boston accent.
Boston.
Just gonna park your car
Well,
out of the yard.
just
It's a long H.
have Jason give you some
He's from Maine.
close enough.
I don't know.
Close enough.
Just get a couple of pops in him.
Yeah, those R's go away.
Yeah, those eyes go away.
They just-
I turn to H. Just park your car out of the yard. How many has a park? No parking over
It's
there.
not
It is a
pipes out
park.
here.
It is a park. So
Just R's disappear.
they do. They turn into,
It's amazing.
they turn into H's.
They turn into H's and
Oh, yeah, good times. So, Guinness Stout, brewed by the Guinness Brewing Company, became one of the most famous stouts globally. Its distinct characteristics include a creamy mouthfeel,
woo.
ooh,
Tease me with a good time.
notes of coffee and chocolate set it apart. I don't know if I get chocolate in it. Yeah, hold please. Little research and development. Do you get chocolate? I get the coffee. Vaguely.
I get coffee.
Vaguely, I get the coffee.
Don't get the chocolate.
I guess I better try something.
But I get the coffee at the end. Are you getting the coffee?
Yeah. The bitterness of a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Both porter and stout are characteristic. Let's try that again. Good thing this isn't live. Okay. Both porter and stout are characterized by the use of roasted barley, which imparts the dark color and rich flavors. Roasted barley contributes coffee, chocolate, toasty notes to the beer.
Toasty.
Toasty. So there's milk stouts, oatmeal stouts, imperial stouts, which are great.
They'll put you on your butt.
They will put you. They're usually a good 10% plus.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think of.
I don't know the brewer. I think it's not Left Hand. but they make an old Rasputin Imperial Stout.
Ooh.
It's a Russian Imperial Stout. Rasputin.
Yeah, Rasputin.
That thing will kick you in the back of your mouth. Seriously, that thing.
I don't know if they still have it. Oscar Blues
Uh-huh.
had that 1050. Wasn't it?
I haven't seen it in a while. It's pretty good though.
Punches you right in the butt.
It does, right in the old fart box.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Now we're talking about butt play. Segue.
Segue.
This is not going where you think it is.
Okay, good.
So you played Cards Against Humanity, or is it Cards Against Humanity? Yeah.
I was gonna see man.
So last night, my son for Christmas got a game called Cards Against Maturity. And it's for kids. They're teenagers.
Teenagers, fair.
There
Okay.
are so many poop, fart, and butt jokes in this thing. And we had a blast.
Oh, yeah.
It was me and the girlfriend and
Yeah.
the daughter and one of the sons. And it was fun. It was a good time. So that's how I got to. You said punch you in the butt.
That's fair. Oh,
I went there. Damn. Again, we're firing on some cylinders today.
oh man.
Maybe it's because we're having Guinness in the morning.
Probably.
What do you think?
Probably is. But I guess Guinness could be a good morning beer. Wakes you up.
Breakfast beer,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So, as with any beer, any alcohol, there's going to be some fun stories.
Of course.
I'm sure you've got a few.
I might have a few.
Not that are going to implement anybody. These are searched up on the internet. These are not to incriminate anybody that we know personally.
Yes.
So, what you got?
Crazy facts about Guinness. Here we go.
Hit me.
Did you know Arthur Guinness had 21 children?
Jesus.
21.
Take that, Jim Duggar.
Yeah, you know.
Speaking of Jim Duggar, the running joke from the Time Suck podcast I listen to. I'm a shameless plug in Time Suck left and right.
No kidding.
Dan Cummins is a comedy genius, but Jim Duggar used the analogy of for virginity. Like, so let's say that your parents go and buy a brand new bike.
Okay.
You know, leave it out by the shed, but a week before you're supposed to get your bike, one of the neighborhood boys steals the bike, rides it, beats it up, wrecks it, all this stuff, and then they put it back. So when you get it, you don't have the perfect bike anymore. That's what virginity is like. You should take care of it. You don't want a bike that's been ridden. You want a brand new bike to you.
True.
Right? You want a bike that has not been ridden, a bike that you get a ride.
Fair.
It's a bit much, isn't it? So that's been one of the running jokes. Like, he gets to ride all the bikes. Take it, jumps it off ramps. It's good time.
Good times.
Anyway.
But no, I found that. I mean,
21 kids.
Can you believe that?
That's but I mean they had contraceptive back then, but most people were highly religious, and
Yeah.
if you had 21 kids, it's because the Lord wanted you to have 21 kids.
Yeah. That was a
That's the Duggar
deal he made with God, because God, 21 kids.
No
like,
wonder he was brewing beer.
I mean,
One, he had to support the family, but two, he had to get away.
He had to get away from 21 children.
All with the same woman?
Yeah, Olivia Whitmore.
Olivia Whitmore Guinness.
Whom he had 21 children with.
Good Lord, that poor lady.
I'm sorry, Olivia.
Hey, honey, guess what? I don't know what. Pregnant. Shocker.
Yeah, shocker. For the 21st time.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That lady was pregnant for 2 decades.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, literally. And it's possible if they're spread out enough, it was for 3.
Oh, God.
That's crazy.
Oh.
I'm happy with the 4 we have. I can't imagine 21.
I'll say, we have 1. That's enough for us. Good Lord.
I love the 4 we have and the extended.
Oh, yeah.
21. 21. No. No dice.
No dice. No dice.
What else you got? Let's get a brighter subject.
Oh, this one got me as well. That Guinness had the first skyscraper in the British Isles.
Really?
No jokes.
Huh. We should go there. Field trip.
Field trip.
Yeah.
Field
Call 'em.
trip. Let's call them up.
You guys want to pay for us to come out there?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll come out there.
we're just gonna do a quick segment, take
Yeah.
a few pictures.
Our 7 listeners will love it.
I think so.
I think it's worth every dime they drop on us.
I mean, yeah. We got
First
this.
skyscraper, how big was it? Or did they say? We
The 7-story tourist hotspot is built around a giant pint. So 7-story. I thought that was pretty cool.
7-story. That's a skyscraper, huh? Nice.
Apparently, back then.
What do you think about it? They didn't really have the cranes and the ability to build.
Well, and we're looking at the early 1900s, 1904,
Yeah,
1905, somewhere in there. So I mean, there's
some.
but 7 stories, yeah, that's not a skyscraper, but
But hey, it was skyscraper then. So there you go.
Mm.
All right, move on.
yes.
What else you got? Give us more fun facts.
Let's see what's some of these other ones. Oh, you were speaking of the harp earlier.
Yeah.
The Irish government had to alter the trademark of its coat of arms because of Guinness.
Oh.
You know, the Guinness were the first to trademark the Irish harp.
Okay.
It's on there, and that's what it is. I mean, like you said, it was a harp.
Yeah.
Some people don't even realize it's a harp.
Some people think it's a goofy looking mug of beer,
See, and that's what I thought.
but then you look at it like on your bottle there.
Oh yeah, it looks.
That's clearly.
Now
a
that's
harp.
clearly a harp.
Established
But yeah,
harp.
when it's just the small little logo up top,
Yeah.
like
Eh.
I did. I thought it was a funky one as well.
Oh, that was good Guinness. Cash.
I'm just like I said, not a huge one. Oh, great drink. Guinness and champagne combined is known as a black velvet. Did you know
A
that?
black velvet.
Black
I've never heard of.
velvet. It's smooth.
I've heard of a black and tan.
See, I've heard of a black and tan. This is Guinness and champagne.
Interesting. I'm going to have to try that sometime.
Because in the black and tan, you mix it with
cider.
cider.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then what's the snake bite?
Snake bite. Or snake bite with cider.
Snake bite was with the apple or Angry Orchard.
Yeah, so that's okay. So that's a cider.
Yeah.
Black and tan. Maybe it's another kind of beer then.
Like harps, is it?
Ooh, yes, you're correct.
Okay.
So you pour a harp or Guinness on a harp. You pour it on the spoon. I know that, so that it cascades.
Have you ever had one?
I have.
Good.
I have. Very good, actually. But you gotta like
Ooh.
both. You gotta like both. Harp's definitely a unique taste.
I don't know if I've ever had a harps. Heck, the places I see it still on tap, like Shamrocks, he keeps that on tap. I think most of the time, makes those black and
Ask him
tans.
to make it black and tan.
I need to.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yes, for sure. But then the other one I wanted to bring up, just I mean, when do you normally drink Guinness? Like what time of year?
What time of year?
Yeah, what's your
I'm probably the wrong person to ask that, but I would say normally most people drink it in the fall or winter.
fall, winter, or St. Patty's?
St. Patty's Day. There you
Dude,
go.
they crush on St. Patty's.
I drink it year round. I do like
I
me some
can't.
Guinness. But,
Like I couldn't drink one of these in the summer.
but it's like you can't go out for Cinco de Mayo and not drink a Mexican beer.
Fair. That's fair.
So I get it. I usually if I'm not drinking a Guinness, I'll drink a Smithwick's. I'll drink a Boddington. I'll drink something usually Irish, English, something like that for St. Patty's Day. But
Get your Warbeard.
Warbeard. That's
Good old Irish red.
it isn't. It's funny. It's an Irish red, but their mascot is Scandinavian.
It's fine.
It's great
It's
beer.
fine. We
Again, it's
we look past it.
It's one of my favorite beers.
Oh yeah,
I love it, and they're rebranding.
they are, which is awesome.
Can't wait to see all that.
Oh,
Their director of marketing I grew up with.
oh yeah.
Yeah, Ben. Mr. Wheeler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we grew up in the same neighborhood and
Nice.
rode the bus together for a
Whoop,
while.
whoop.
Yeah, so I know that cat for a while. That cat for a while.
Yeah, they're doing some good things over there. But yeah, that Irish red. What's the other one I really? The one at Bricktown.
Oh yeah,
Their Irish red's pretty solid.
BJ's has a good one.
Ooh.
Jeremiah Red.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that is a
they've
good
got
one.
a good one. Brick. I don't know which one I like better, Bricktown or BJ's, but they're both really good.
Shoot, I haven't been to BJ's in a hot minute.
Girlfriend and I went a couple weeks back.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the first time I've been there. I bet years.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of their food. Love their beer. So I never think to go there because usually I get an appetizer or something. Or else I go to Old Chicago and speaking of Irish. And
Right.
because I'm working on beer tour number 7.
Yeah, there you go.
Should
That's a
be-
commitment.
should
There you
be
go.
20 something, but that's a whole other
It's
conversation.
fine. We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're fine.
Been
Yeah.
doing liver CrossFit for a while, man. So
Never do that stuff.
liver CrossFit?
Nope.
You do it. You just don't realize it. Anyway, you got any more fun facts about Guinness over there? Or do you have some fun stories?
Let me see. Oh, this is another one that popped up. There are 5 breweries of Guinness in the world. 3 of them are in Africa.
Really?
No joke.
I would guess 3 of them would be in Ireland, England.
Right? Or yeah.
I know there's one in
France.
Baltimore.
The main ones are there's one in Ireland,
Mhm.
Cameroon, Ghana, Malaysia, and Nigeria. Did I say Nigeria twice? Yes, no. Ireland, Malaysia, Ghana, Cameroon,
So I
and
guess it must have
Nigeria.
closed when it was in Baltimore. I've read it multiple times. There was one in Baltimore.
It might be a smaller one.
Yeah.
Or
So those are just the 5 major ones?
those are the 5 major.
Okay,
ones.
I got you. Huh,
Yes.
Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria.
Well, like you said, with the production they probably do in the UK and stuff, you would
Yeah.
think they'd have at least one around there. Or
Well, I know that they moved it to England for a while, and then the headquarters was still in Ireland, and they went back to Ireland. It's the laws are goofy at best.
yes. Well, I guess their beer wouldn't really sell as much over possibly in Russia or China, but
No,
it's a different vibe over
they're
there.
completely different style.
So
They don't want a pint of plain. Some Irish champagne.
pint to plane.
Yeah, some Irish champagne. So there we go. That's our wade into the history of Guinness. This on the 200 and not quite 70th, 265th anniversary. Math is tough, man.
Math is hard.
206. Check my math on that one. 265th anniversary of I almost said Sir Arthur Guinness, of Arthur Guinness signing his 9,000 year lease at 45 pounds annually.
That's
Yeah, it's crazy. Generational lease,
yeah.
family lease.
Family lease for generations to
I
come.
like to, eat family style. Everything's on the table. I don't want a family lease.
No.
Just because great grandpappy,
Jeez.
just because great grandpappy wanted to brew some beer doesn't mean I want to. I want to run the business anyway. I just want to drink.
Yeah, I just want to sit there and test the product,
Be your head tester.
Yeah.
Tester.
Make sure it's all not poisoned. I got
Right.
this.
Right.
I got this.
So there you go. No matter when you drink, where you drink, how you drink, what you drink, make sure at some point in time, especially on New Year's Eve or St. Patrick's Day, you do send the toast up to Arthur Guinness and have a pint of plain, some Irish champagne. Toast the Guinness family for really all its innovations in the brewing process, and some things we didn't get into, the steps that they really took towards regulating the safety in breweries, some not OSHA standards, but OSHA type standards.
Yeah.
There's a lot of minutia in there, but they did a lot for the production industry.
Yes.
To make it more efficient for them to brew more beer and transport out more beer. So, salute,
Very
Mr.
true.
Guinness. We drink to you today
Cheers.
on this New Year's Eve. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. 12/31 of 23.
Boom.
There it is.
There it is.
So next show is in 2 weeks, the 14th of January. I think at the moment we're leaning towards Mr. Ray Kroc and McDonald's. We'll see how much fun we can have
Ooh.
wading into that one.
Oh, I'm gonna bring me some breakfast from McDonald's that day.
Prep breakfast, Sammy.
Oh, well, no,
Yeah.
the burritos.
The
I'm getting
burrito.
crazy here.
There you go. Getting funky with the cheese.
Here we go.
So, Ron will be back next time. We will hopefully he'll have a better connection. This we're learning. We're figuring this out on the fly. We're amateurs.
Yes.
We're actually
We are.
paying to do this. We're not getting paid. So our production value is high. Our production level is low. So mid.
Mid,
You know what? We're having fun.
Subpar.
First show in the books.
Yes.
Ryan's learning.
I am.
Ron is out surfing at the moment, I guess.
That bastard.
That
Bastard.
But Safe Travel's back. And we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Make sure you follow us on all these socials. They are at the bottom of the page. Twitter, can't call it X. Instagram. Make sure you just subscribe to us on the YouTube channel.
On the YouTube.
At the very least, just give us a little support. That means you got to watch every episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for episode number 4, and we will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Ryan, quickly say goodbye.
Goodbye.